Ideal weather conditions for football here in West London. We're at Stamford Bridge. I'm Derek Ray, and keeping me company here on the commentary gantry is Stuart Robson. And we've got Premier League action coming right up. It is Chelsea, and they face Brentford.
Thanks, Derek. Well, often we talk about the tactics, the individual players that are missing, but so often it's the mentality of the players that is key to winning any football game. Which of these teams has the right attitude today is the big question.
Here's the lineup for Chelsea. Edouard Mendy stands between the posts. Azpilicueta plays with Marcos Alonso in the fullback positions. Mason Mount starts with N'Golo Kanté in the centre of the park. And rather than use a strike partnership, they've gone with just the one player in attack. And here's the starting 11 for Brentford.
Well, it looks as though they're lining up fairly defensively with a back five. But I think the wing-backs will have licence to get forward at every opportunity. And also watch out for one of the central midfield players going to join the front too.
And the match begins. Werner. Here's Havertz. Can he take advantage? And that goes down as a very disappointing attempt.
Well, the keeper can't believe his luck. That's a really poor effort.
And snuffing out the danger. Mbeumo. Tony. Roorsleb with it. Good tackle. It'll be a throw. Kanté. Werner. The ball with Marcos Alonso. Mount. N'Golo Kanté. And Havertz. A meaty but fair challenge, and it will be a throw-in. Well, Chelsea being afforded too much space here. But a good piece of defending to bring it to an end. Eriksen. The high press was very much on. Ziyech. Azpilicueta. And space to cross it. Well, they're keeping their opponents moving and guessing. Can he give them the lead? Superb save.
Well, he should score, of course, but that's a brilliant save.
But he's gone short with it. Mount. And return to Ziyech. Free kick to Chelsea. Played in there. A very effective clearance. Conte. Ziyech. Loftus-Cheek. Oh, far from the ideal pass, you've got to say. The tackle completely mistimed, and you would expect a booking under the circumstances. Well, you don't really want to be picking up a caution so early in the game, Stuart.
Well, he's going to be under pressure now. That was a reckless challenge. He didn't need to make it at all.
Christian Nørgaard. Eriksen. Ivan Toney. In a position from which they could potentially do a bit of damage here. Slipshod passing. Azpilicueta. This is Loftus-Cheek. Havertz. Timo Werner. Now with Havertz. And the pass could do damage. Oh, it's gone in! A derby goal, the first of the contest. Electric.
Well, let's look at the replay. They moved the ball so well, just waiting for an opening, and there's certainly no doubt about the finish. He really hits it with power and accuracy. Nothing the keeper can do about that.
Well, the ball is moving once more. How important will that opening goal prove to be? Promising sequence. Eriksen. And options in the centre. Well, it's one pass after another. Mbeumo. He's given us away. Mount. Happy just to retain the ball in their own half and draw out the opposition. Havertz. Committed challenge. Azpilicueta. Well, they must exercise caution standing off as they are. But a pass that lacks quality. There's a slide rule pass. Oh, could be a chance. And tremendous goalkeeping.
Well, he just made it so difficult for the striker. His presence alone just caused him a problem.
He's driven in the corner. Well, they couldn't take advantage of the chance. And Kai Havertz. Defensive Brazilians to shut them down. Well, the counter chance looks very real. Janert. Henry. Still trailing, but they're upping the pressure. Oh, but they've lost it now. Marcos Alonso. Now with Havertz. Ziyech. And dispossessed. Free kick to Chelsea. And there to intervene. They've won back possession. Loftus-Cheek. Kai Havertz. Marcos Alonso. Oh, moving the ball impressively here. Havertz. Superb block. Oh, good vision. Loftus-Cheek. Kai Havertz. N'Golo Conte. Havertz. Well, now it's with Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Azpilicueta. Mount. Havertz. And he's breathing a sigh. Havertz! Oh, wonderful save!
Well, he reacts so quickly there. That's a great save.
So inching towards half-time, it's Chelsea with the advantage. Stuart, what strikes you about their performance to this point?
Well, it's been a tight game so far, but they've just had that little bit more quality on the ball, particularly in midfield, where they've just started to take control. They'll be fairly happy going in at half-time if it stays like this.
And fed forwards. Alonso. Under real pressure defensively, will they pay the price? And that's a corner. Favouring the short one. Conte. Intercepting it intelligently. Janert. Another perfect position to read it. Might be able to set up the chance. A really intense pressure applied. Loftus-Cheek. Timo Werner. And missing the chance to give them a bit of breathing space.
Well, that should have made it more comfortable, shouldn't it? But it's a wasted opportunity.
Well, Chelsea did well to regain control of it. Havertz. This is Loftus-Cheek. Mount. Can they find a gap in the defence? Oh, really close with that effort. Setting off perhaps a little bit too much here. Mount. Loftus-Cheek. Mount. He takes aim. High echelon goalkeeping there. He's driven in the corner. But he dealt with that ball played in rather well. Could be dangerous. Splendid defending, and it needed to be. Applying vigorous pressure. Has the strength to hang on to it. And Chelsea get the decision from the referee. Really good reading of the game to win possession back. Ayer. Here's Nørgaard. Christian Eriksen now. Here's Nørgaard. Still behind, but the pressure mounting. Roersleb with it. Eriksen. Christian Nørgaard. Henry. And so the first half draws to a close here in West London. Well, he's been the standout for his side so far, don't you think, Stuart?
Well, I thought he had a really effective first half. Not only did he get the goal that gave them the lead, but his general play was really good. He was a constant threat, and I'm sure we'll see more of him in the second half.
And the match begins. Can he give them the lead? Superb save.
Well, he should score, of course, but that's a brilliant save.
Loftus-Cheek. How far from the ideal pass, you've got to say. Now with Havertz. And the pass could do damage. Oh, it's gone in! A derby goal, the first of the contest. Electric. There's a slide rule pass. Oh, could be a chance. Breathing a sigh of relief. Paul Watt. Oh, wonderful save!
Well, he reacts so quickly there. That's a great save.
And that's a corner. Loftus-Cheek. Mount. Can they find a gap in the defence? Oh, really close with that effort. He takes aim. High echelon goalkeeping there. So they get the ball rolling in the second half, and Chelsea hoping to build upon a largely positive first half showing. Loftus-Cheek. Kai Havertz. Loftus-Cheek. Henry. High quality defending. And that's great work to make sure it didn't go over the line. What can Chelsea do from this position? But really sticking to their task defensively. Conte. Well, it didn't happen for them in attack. And it crossed the touchline, so a throw in here. Marcos Alonso. Mount. And Havertz. And he's won the ball. Christian Nørgaard. Plenty of forward momentum here, but can they produce? And space to cross it. And unable to keep the ball. Havertz. Conte has it. N'Golo Conte. Determined defending. Eriksson. Ivan Toney. Eriksson. Well, they have the ball once more. Azpilicueta. And Chelsea have given us away. It did look on for them, but not to be. Eriksson. Ivan Toney. That's how to blunt the edge of the opposing attack. Ziyech. They've regained possession. And so 30 minutes left for play in this one. Well, they want that equaliser, but their passing remains smooth. Oh, is he going to be punished here? Loftus-Cheek. Disappointing pass. Eriksson. Here's Nørgaard. It's neat passing, confidence on the ball. Ivan Toney. And this could pose problems for the defenders. Well, what a stop that was! Mount. Havertz. Well, possession is the watchword inside their own territory. Now they've lost it. Christian Nørgaard. Oh, lovely incisive pass. Oh, he saved it!
Well, excellent from the keeper. That's a really top-class save.
Substitution for Chelsea. Coming off the pitch, number 12, Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Coming onto the pitch, number 8, Mateo Kovacic.
Over it comes. It hasn't come to very much. Eriksson. He's going forward well here. And the keeper will happily collect that one. N'Golo Conte. Timo Werner. Here's Kovacic. Marcos Alonso. Mateo Kovacic. Werner. And gobbled up with ease by the keeper. And into the last 20 minutes. Well, they've won the ball back quickly. Mount. Havertz. Now Conte. Options in the centre. Kovacic. Conte. Kovacic. And very deftly cut out. Christian Nørgaard. Eriksson. And the cross is very much on. Alert defending. Perfectly positioned to take it away. Roerslev with it. Eriksson. Well, really intense pressure applied. He could pick out a teammate. Taking care of business defensively here. Well, it's a really poor challenge. Now, what's the referee going to do about it? Well, deemed to have been a cautionable offence.
Well, no question about it. He deserved his booking there.
And time for the change now. Using his physical strength to make sure he doesn't lose the ball. Couldn't hang on to it. Well, do they have it in them to level this? Jansson. Well, they keep passing away. Well, sadly, they just couldn't keep possession. Ziyech.
Well, these Chelsea fans are certainly playing their part here. The noise inside Stamford Bridge has been incredible. Surely the players will hold on here.
Werner. Well, that takes the wind out of their sails. Great defending. Breaking at pace. Mbeumo. That's how to dispossess your opponent. On the attack in the closing phase. Must score! And what a magical save it was! Well, this might be their final opportunity to draw level. They will now make use of their substitutes bench.
Number 29, Kai Havertz. Coming onto the pitch, number 9, Romelu Lukaku.
Let's see about the delivery. Well, as a defender, that will sit you down to the ground. No real conviction in the challenge. And a foul in the opinion of the referee. Now, what can they do from this free kick situation? Well, a disappointing free kick, a long way off target.
Well, no wonder he's looking a bit sheepish. Really poor effort, you have to say.
Lukaku. Ziyech. Romelu Lukaku now. It's with Hakim Ziyech. It's with Marcos Alonso. Mount. Will he finish? Well, that surely would have put this game to bed.
Well, definitely. That would have won the game for him. That's a bad miss.
Pinnock. And the referee is going to add on 4 added minutes. Ivan Toney. On the ball, Jensen. Well, into an attacking position. It's not too late for them. Lukaku. Conte has it. Romelu Lukaku now. Chance. There it is. A fantastic goal, and no wonder he's off celebrating.
Well, here it is again, and having got a touch on it, he'll be a little bit disappointed he didn't keep it out. It was a good effort, though.
Second goal for them here. Playing with purpose and control, but they dealt with the threat posed. So the final whistle now. It goes down as a victory for Chelsea, to the delight of their fans around the world.
Yes, Derek, fairly comfortable in the end, wasn't it? Thought they controlled the middle of the park for the most part, and going forward, there were some really nice, incisive plays as well. Good result for them.
But it just seems in this game, he's been a step ahead of his opponents in every way, Stuart.
Yeah, he'll be happy coming off the pitch. He worked hard, he was always involved in the game, and he scored a very good goal. That was an impressive performance today.
Now with Havertz. The pass could do damage. Oh, it's gone in! A derby goal, the first of the contest.